Do you know what? Do you know what? It feels so good to see you so happy again, my gorgeous Libra. Okay? It feels really good to see you so happy again. You will see that within the first 2 weeks of May 2024, there is something major going to happen in your life. And considering the fact that your number in numerology is number 999, it means that most certainly you have reached your destination. The destination that I'm talking about is going to be absolutely obvious within the first 15 days of May 2024. And when I say that you reached your destination, this in itself is really going to probably be one of the biggest surprises of your entire life. There is somebody who you are very much so connected to, who is going to be playing an important role when it comes to all this. And it's all going to start with a surprise. One specific person is going to surprise you. It is going to be a really, really nice surprise. But it's also a lot to do with things that you wanted for a while now, with things that you wanted for a long time. At that moment in time, everything is going to change, because this surprise is going to come in a form of an offer or like some kind of suggestion. But this suggestion is going to be so mind-blowing that at that moment in time, your entire life is literally going to change. You know, when I say your entire life is literally going to change, it is a lot to do with your happiness, with your internal happiness. It's to do with your spirit. It's to do with you suddenly kind of understanding that, oh my God, you know, everything is like kind of pointing towards the specific direction. And this in itself, it's about to be absolutely mind-blowing turning point for you at a time when you least expected, my gorgeous Libra. And that in itself, it's going to make all this so much more magical for you, and you will see exactly what I mean. For example, when it comes to the actual 1st of May, already, when it comes to the 1st of May already, all I can say to you, you will be able to feel that the energy is completely different. But it's not only about the 1st of May. It's a lot about what is going to be happening exactly 4 days before the beginning of this month. 4 days before the beginning of May. When I say this month, I mean May, of course. 4 days before the beginning of May, something really major is going to happen. Like when I say major, this in itself, it's more going to be like your realization. What are you going to realize? And what are you going to realize? It's more like a lot to do with things that are imminent for you to do, and with things that you really need to hurry up with. And there are indeed going to be 4 of them. Okay, so this is what you need to pay attention to. So by the time you get to the actual 1st of May, already the energy is going to feel completely different, and that particular energy is going to have such an amazing impact on you, because it's going to re-energize you, but it's also going to put you in this mode where you're going to feel so determined to make the certain step, to make this certain move, which is going to be persistently on your mind. And also, when it comes to the 1st of May, oh my God, there is a bit more to it, my gorgeous Libra. Okay, it's not only about realization, it's not only about you feeling so determined, but there is something else which is going to take place. On the 1st of May, you are going to have this reward. This reward, something is going to happen, and you're going to find this so rewarding. And this in itself, it's really a lot to do with your hard work and with something that you have been working towards, and now you can see the results of this. But these results are going to be, my God, a little bit better than what you've actually thought. Why? Because at the same time, just remember that on one hand, you're going to feel extremely determined, you see, and then on on another hand, you are gonna have like, you know, already you're gonna be in this planning mode, and already you're gonna be looking forward to certain changes. So this couldn't have happened at a better time whatsoever. So on the 1st of May, you're also going to have a really nice reward when it comes to something, you know, that you have been working towards and things like that. And this reward, it's actually going to give you courage and determination. This is going to make you it's going to make you feel even more courageous, and it's going to make you feel even more determined. But now it's really a lot to do with a certain personal goal. This in itself, it's to do with some kind of a personal goal here, which is going to be on your mind. And this in itself, it's a lot to do with an inner alignment. What you need to understand, that all this is indeed to do with your vision, but at the same time, of course, that you're gonna end up contemplating. You're gonna end up contemplating, and the result of this contemplation, it's gonna be like, oh my God, you're gonna realize that you really need to speed up now. You need to hurry up. You need to hurry up, literally. This time, this life is way too precious to kind of waste on those things that are persistently making us feel sad, negative, or those things that are bringing us down, or those things that we are aware of that has come to an end for a while, kind of. But sometimes, you know, there are certain things that we need to do in order to bring certain unfinished businesses to an end, so then we can move on. Because at the end of the day, we have to be responsible with our lives, and we have to be responsible with things that we do, and we have to be responsible with certain decisions that we make in life, when we want to hurry up and when we want to speed up. But then of course we have to be responsible when it comes to the fact that we just sometimes cannot do things immediately. But what we can do is make a really quick decision and just start to work kind of towards it. So, you know, there are certain things that you are gonna need to bring to an end, and this is gonna be quite big for you, but it's gonna be really good in so many different ways. And so, you know, you are gonna make this really quick decision, and the part of that quick decision here, it's also like pretty much sort of fundamental part of that quick decision here. It's also a lot to do with you kind of needing to make some kind of journey. You're gonna need to go somewhere, or you're gonna need to travel somewhere, and wherever this is, whenever this is, you know, you must not be put off by this whatsoever. Even if it's like really far away, it is still going to be so important for you to make this journey, because it's going to be part of it. Because when it comes to like this quick decision which you're gonna make, the fact that you are gonna need to make some kind of trip or journey somewhere, this in itself is really important when it comes to all this kind of manifesting. So you're not gonna be able to do this without kind of making some kind of a journey. And journey has been highlighted here so many times. So something is telling me that something is going to be like really putting you off when it comes to this journey. But you, my God, just need to remember my words and what I was saying to you here, how important it is for you to actually go on this journey. And as I said, it could be only like about 15 minutes away somewhere, or like about an hour away somewhere, maybe even a few hours away somewhere. Maybe it's like a couple of days away somewhere, you know, it doesn't really matter. But there is something that you're gonna see, something is gonna happen to you. And what's gonna happen to you, it's also kind of going to open your eyes when it comes to something that's missing when it comes to all this. When you find out what's missing when it comes to all this, you know, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't realize this. And this is why this is going to be so important, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. So this is all already going to take place on the very 1st of May. I mean, what can I say? This is how your month is actually going to start. Absolutely brilliant, okay? And also, when it comes to the 2nd of May, my gorgeous Libra, whoa, what are you going to read, I wonder? Like, I really wonder, what are you going to be reading here? There is something that you're going to read on the 2nd of May, my gorgeous Libra. And all I can say to you, oh my God, everything is going to be clear to you that hasn't been clear before. There is something so specific you are going to find out on the 2nd of May. And you're going to read it. And the moment in time you read, what are you going to read? I mean, I don't know how else to say this to you. The moment in time when you read, what are you going to read? My gorgeous Libra, there is something really mind-blowing you are going to find out. Oh my God, this is like a blessing in your life right now. I mean, how happy you're gonna become, how determined you're gonna become, how excited you are going to become. Because what exactly you are going to read, it's going to answer your question you had for such a long time. And this particular question that you had such a long time unanswered, you know, it's like it has been making you feel really indecisive. And it's not good to be indecisive, because it was making you feel indecisive every time when you wanted to start this particular venture, some kind of particular venture, very particular indeed. So, you know, because it's to do with something that you wanted to start for a while. It's to do with something that you wanted to start for a while. But every single time you wanted to start this, you just like kind of, no baby, no. You would just start like kind of, oh God, finding out the reasons within yourself not to do this. And this is always a sign that something else, something additional you need to become aware of. There is something you need to do, there is something you need to find out, or there is something that you need to finish. But in this case, there is something that you're going to read, which is really going to open your mind, open your eyes, and you're going to become so happy about that particular venture you wanted to start for such a long time. Seriously, you'll be reminded of that. Because what you're going to read, the reason why you're going to feel so excited is because now you will know what to do with that problem, that situation, that issue that has been making you feel indecisive for so long. This in itself, oh my God, it's going to start the beginning of a very, very special journey, a very beautiful journey here. Something very sacred is going to happen. And you need to know that by the time December 2024 comes to an end, you are going to have a huge accomplishment and a huge success and a huge recognition. When it comes to this venture, you are going to start. And there are two major things which are going to be connected to it, okay? Two major things. So by the time you get to the actual December 2024, oh my God, the whole month of December 2024, it's going to be mind-blowing. The whole month of September, it's going to be like one big party, one big celebration. But what is actually going to happen by the end of December 2024, all I can say to you, you probably are going to have one of the biggest rewards you've ever had. Seriously. And there is a reason why this venture was on your mind for so long. Do you understand me? There is a reason why this venture was on your mind for so long. And there is a reason why you felt indecisive about it. Because this time in between was ever so important when it comes to other aspects of your life. You have been subconsciously preparing for this, but you don't even know it. You weren't even aware of it. But only now you're going to start realizing, you know, quite a lot that you have been doing that, you know, without even realizing you have been working towards this, you know, and this is all going to become obvious right now. So this in itself, this venture, it's not just like, oh yeah, I'm going to start this venture. No, baby, no, this is going to bring a huge success and the actual recognition into your life. A big, massive achievement. You see this baby here? The world. You see, this is what I need you to understand. And what I really like is just how confident you are going to become about your success. Very, very good, my gorgeous Libra. I haven't seen you like this in a while. And this is absolutely brilliant. You know what else you're going to realize within the next few days after the 2nd of May? You're going to realize how special you are. And you will realize something very, very special. very unique, very different about you through all this. Isn't that the best we can get in this life? You know, it's a lot to do with our passion. It's a lot to do with, you know, things that we are good at that makes us different. When we realize what this is, when we are completely honest with ourselves, we instantly elevate ourselves. You instantly reconnect with yourself. And yes, my gorgeous Libra, this is a lot to do with your destiny, you know, a lot to do with your destiny, because otherwise you wouldn't find out what exactly you're so special and so good about within the next few days, you know. And this is gonna be brilliant, because at the same time, you know, this in itself is just gonna like, wow, everything is gonna start making sense, everything you've been through so far. And this is why I'm getting so excited for you indeed. The next important date, my gorgeous Libra, it's going to be on the 15th of May. On the 15th of May, what is actually going to happen, you are going to have this really, really interesting like realization, a really interesting realization. And this realization that you are going to have, it's like, you know, you're gonna be, it's to do with your emotions, it's to do with your relationships, it's to do with your life in general, but it's to do with one person creating problems to you for so long. There is a one specific person that is creating problems to you for so long. That particular person became like a little burden because in your life. I know it sounds horrible to say about somebody that became a burden in your life, but this particular person became a burden in your life because you just started to worry about somebody so much. And you know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. There is somebody that you are worrying about, and you have been worrying about that person for a while. And that person needs to change their lifestyle like immediately. That person is doing something that they maybe shouldn't be doing. You know, that person is going over the board with something, you know. Maybe that person, you know, look, when I say that person, listen, I wouldn't see this, and I wouldn't say this unless I knew that you have a very strong connection with this person. So this is one of the main people in your life. Because why would you worry about somebody so much unless that person is like not having a very special role in your life? But the problem is that this became a burden now, these worries, and that you are aware of what this person is doing, and this is bothering you. And that person is doing something they shouldn't. Maybe they drink too much, maybe they smoke, you know, maybe I don't know what they are doing, but you will be aware of it, because now it's the time that if you don't do something about it, it's gonna go on a level which is gonna be no baby, no. And you know this because you're highly intuitive. So that's why this is increased in your mind, this heavy feeling when it comes to that person. And it has been increased for a while, you know, meaning that you became more angry and more negative around that person, and you became more stroppy around that person. And lately you've been mentioning this, but you've just ended up being so frustrated about what that person is actually doing, and you're absolutely right. And the reason why you suddenly started to kind of think about that quite persistently is, number one, this person means to you so much, of course. But number two, because you're so intuitive, you know that this person, if that person carries on with, if they do what they do, they'll just destroy themselves, you know, and I don't like that whatsoever. So this is what you're gonna realize, you know, and I know it sounds like, oh, this became like a burden to me, but it's almost like it started to take your happiness away from you. You know, and you try to mention this to this person for so many times for so long, and that is stronger than that particular person. This is what you need to understand, and you know this anyway. When it comes to any type of addiction or anything like that, which I really think is the case here, you know, it's stronger than people. you know, this is stronger than that person. So that person is going to come up with any excuse just to carry on doing what they are doing. Maybe it's just a little bit of extra drinking, you know, an excess drinking, like more drinking than normal person would drink. But it can still kind of be something's done about it right now. So this is what you need to understand. And I can see you having a very important conversation. And I can see you having a very important conversation, and that conversation, it's going to happen at the wrong time, isn't it? So it's going to end up being like, oh no, don't, I'm not this, I'm not that. That person is still not being honest with themselves. And first of all, you're going to have this conversation, and it's going to like, it's going to turn out to be, oh, you know, you will just like kind of like, I don't know, maybe like argue a little bit completely unnecessarily. That person is going to become quite defensive. But you must not allow this to put you off, and I can see how adamant you are going to be. And then you're going to kind of move on, you're going to go somewhere, and then like at around the 17th, I would say, at around the 17th and the 18th of May, it's and this is going to be on your mind until then. And by then, you're really going to kind of be thinking about that all the time. And there is someone very interesting who you're going to talk to about. And someone is really kind of going to help you out. Someone who has like a very much so a similar experience like that. Someone who was dealing with this with somebody else in their life as well. But somebody who had a similar experience when it comes to themselves as well. But somebody who came out of all this, and somebody who is absolutely fine right now. And it's a very successful person indeed, you know. Sometimes people can go over the board with certain things, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to come out of it. Sometimes people just go through the dark and negative stage in their life. And this is where their loved ones come forward. That's your duty, my baby. It's your job to try to bring this person out of this. I'm saying it's your duty and it's your job because you will have a huge impact on it, and you are going to come up with some kind of solution. You're going to come up with some kind of a solution, and this is going to get back to you like 1 million times, like in terms of like a good karma, which you are going to like gain out of it. But you're not doing this for a good karma, my gorgeous Libra. You're doing this because you love this person. You love this person. This person is happy, you're going to be happy. If this person is going to be unhappy, you're going to be unhappy. Okay, so this is why this is so important. So you are going to be thinking about it, but only by the 16th and the 17th of May, you are really kind of you're gonna have this hermit mode, you know. I know that this is gonna be kind of bothering you, and then you're gonna realize once you're in this hermit mode, you know, you're gonna be thinking, and then you're gonna realize exactly what are you gonna say to this person and how to awake this person. And there is something that you're gonna realize which is to do with the past of that person. But it's to do with that person's past. It's going to come to you, and you will use that person's past and the certain people from that person's past in order to open this person's eyes. My gorgeous Libra, you are most certainly going to succeed. Listen to me very carefully. I wouldn't be telling you about this if it's not somebody who is very, very important to you, okay? Of course, I wouldn't see somebody like who you don't even know, do you know what I mean? So, of course, it's to do with somebody who is so important to you, okay? So this is why I'm so happy that this is actually going to be so successful, okay? Absolutely brilliant. And also, my gorgeous Libra, what else I was going to offer to you? Let me just fix this a little bit. Let me fix this a little bit. Now, my gorgeous Libra, you see, this is what I was going to show you. Absolutely stunning. Look at this, a lapis lazuli. This beautiful baby is back in stock again. Absolutely gorgeous and very, very powerful stone indeed. Lapis lazuli is also known as a stone of an ancient Egypt. Lapis lazuli has got the ability to really kind of help you out when it comes to talking, when it comes to communicating. when it comes to you coming out of your comfort zone. It does activate your third psychic eye, which is ever so important when it comes to like making the right decisions, which is ever so important when it comes to us preventing ourselves from being like constantly indecisive, which is ever so important when it comes to us understanding our full role in this life. Every single one of us has got a special role when it comes to this life, when it comes to this world, a very, very special role. You know, some people know their role from the moment they're born. Some people find out their role like midlife. Some people find out their role like later on. And when I say role, that doesn't mean that it's only one role. You may know what is one role, but there could be so many things that, you know, you need to reflect on while you're living this life in order to make the most of it. You know, it's a very complex situation, but it's only for those people who are open-minded enough to give themselves in to their spiritual path and make the most of it. If you are constantly closed and thinking, oh, you're talking nonsense, spirituality doesn't exist, bless, you know, then, you know, it's just some people may not be able to get any help really. But if you're watching this video, if you're on my channel, then you are on a completely different level. You are evolved enough, you're elevated, you know. But I'm just talking about people who are just not going to be able to give in whatsoever. But then again, this is to do with their own spiritual path. They're not meant to evolve after a certain point. So this gorgeous lapis lazuli, my gorgeous Libra, comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below, or you can simply just in the description below, just to click on the name of this video and then it's going to expand and you will see the link. Or you can just see on top of the comments, I pin my products, or you just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin shop and you will see my shop coming up that way as well. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, my gorgeous Libra, so thank you very much for that. The next important date is going to be on the 21st of May. On the 21st of May, you are really, what are you going to need to realize is that, you know, this idea which you are going to have, it's going to be brilliant when it comes to money and when it comes to finances. This idea is going to be fantastic for your financial situation, okay? But also at the same time, it's going to really kind of at the same time, this idea, it's going to be brilliant for your financial situation and for your finances, because you will change how are you gonna do something in your future. This is very important because there is something that you have decided to do with your future, but I don't want you to spend too much money unnecessarily, and you shouldn't spend too much money unnecessarily. There is a different way around, baby. There is a different way around, and that's exactly which idea you're going to have. Somehow you're going to realize, listen to me very carefully, this is to do with your future, and it's to do with a certain plan, and it's to do with something that you've been planning for a while. Okay, and this idea, it's to do with your near future. You've already started to work towards it. You were thinking about it a lot. So when it comes to this idea in the near future, you need like a certain amount of money for it, for example. So you need to be very smart now, because you are going to find yourself on a certain crossroads. And the reason why you're going to find yourself on a certain crossroads, this is only to do with some kind of plan that you know that you have been working towards, but it's to do with your future, and it's to do with the big change that you will make. But that in itself, it's going to require like the certain amount of finances. It's going to require financial situation to be really strong and stable, really strong, but which is absolutely fine. But the problem is that the reason why you're going to find yourself on the crossroads is because maybe you will want to buy something or you will want to do something, and then you're going to realize, oh my God, this is becoming too expensive. This is becoming too expensive. I need you to be very, very smart here, because you are in, this is why you're going to find yourself on a little crossroads. Should I do this or not? Absolutely yes. But you need to change things a little bit. So you are going to have this important idea, which is going to give you like so much confidence to do what you wanted to do. And there is going to be an amazing advice which you are going to get and gain from somebody really proper. Somebody really proper, like maybe somebody proper. I mean like somebody official. Somebody smart, somebody clever, but somebody really official. It's also going to give you like a really kind of advice when it comes to all this and when it comes to that idea which you've actually had. So it's to do with the plan for your future, but you must be very kind of not necessarily tight with your finances, but you must be a little bit smarter when it comes to your finances, when it comes to whatever you're planning and whatever you're doing, because there is going to be a better way around where you're going to save half of the money you wanted to spend in the first place. And to make everything worse, I think that somebody's going to be pressurizing you to do the opposite. And this is why I need you to be really strong. This is why I need you to recenter and ground yourself, because just remember that there is an advice which you are going to have, which is going to confirm that particular idea, different way around. Maybe you're going to need to kind of think of a new ideas when it comes to that, but also in timing. I don't even think it's going to affect you the timing wise. It's not going to slow anything down for you, and you are at the end of the day going to end up doing the right thing, and financially you'll save half money what you would have unnecessarily spent. So you need to be very, very smart here indeed. And the advice that you are going to have, it's still going to require from you to maybe collaborate with certain people for a while, and the advice that you're going to get is going to confirm your idea. Listen, the advice that you're going to get is powerful advice. It's going to confirm your idea, but it's also going to be, part of that advice is going to be where you're going to need to collaborate with certain people for a while, and that there is something that you're going to learn and something that you're going to pick up on, which is going to be so crucial when it comes to all this, when it comes to planning for the future. And this is going to happen in such a spontaneous way. You're going to feel so glad that this all ended up to be the way it is, really, to be honest with you. And also, my gorgeous Libra, the next important date is going to be on the 29th of May. On the 29th of May, something very, very unexpected is going to happen. And it's going to be awful. Nah, I'm joking. Something really unexpected is going to happen. But it's to do with this terrible, terrible problem. Oh, terrible issue that has been affecting you so much. Oh my God. This terrible problem was affecting you in such a way where you weren't yourself anymore. You couldn't be yourself. You didn't feel yourself. These are one of the worst problems, whatever this was. When something affects you in such a way where you don't feel yourself, you don't feel this freedom to be yourself, that can become very, very dangerous. Sometimes people can get used to like this kind of self-imposed prison. People forget what freedom feels like, what freedom looks like, you know. It depends how long you stay in a certain situation, you know. So sometimes people just don't have a strength to move on with their lives. But then at the end of the day, you know, in the long run, it's only like making things more difficult for people like this, you know. But what I was going to say, my gorgeous Libra, on the 29th of May, something very bad is going to come, some problem, very difficult problem, it's going to come to an end. But this was a bastard, you know, because this one has been affecting you to be yourself, to act like yourself. My God. So this is the extent this problem was actually affecting you, and that problem is going to come to an end, and you are going to realize, my gorgeous Libra, something really big. Not only you're going to feel so happy, not only you're going to feel free again, not only this is going to be such a beautiful moment of your own liberation, you know, but also at the same time, you're going to realize that you've got everything you need right now in order to, you know, move on with your life. But that in itself, it's really kind of going to be consisting of you knowing exactly here what do you need to walk away from. You will know exactly what do you need to walk away from, and that in itself, it's most certainly going to be so important, because at the same time, you know, you will know what came to an end. Do you understand? So you will realize that you've got everything you need now in order to move on with your life. But before you do that, you will know which element of your life now you can walk away from, you can move away from, because that problem has come to an end. Thank God, thank God. Intuitively, you are gonna be guided like there is no tomorrow, and you are indeed making a very, very smart decision and a very wise choice to walk away from whatever you wanted to, whatever you're gonna feel like you need to walk away from that you couldn't walk away from before, because all this has been affecting you in a negative way. My God, you know, after this, you have no idea how much happier you are going to be, how proud of yourself you're also going to feel. You know, this in itself is really to do with such a powerful achievement, which is going to open all sorts of doors to you. You know, within the next couple of months, things are going to be like, oh my God, so good. You are literally going to feel like alive again. This energy is going to be so rejuvenated in so many different ways, and I am indeed so happy for you. And another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Libra, absolutely gorgeous little Herkimer diamond. Herkimer diamond, and it's obviously not a real diamond, it's like a type of quartz, but it's ever so beautiful and it is ever so powerful. Look at this. It's got this powerful ability to, when you wear it, people you want to notice you, they notice you. Certain quality about yourselves that you want to be noticed are noticed, okay? But also it makes things like kind of very sharp to you in your mind. You know, it brings like a mental clarity, and also it helps you to tune into people and to tune in certain situations. You know, that sometimes when we are surrounded by the very heavy people and very heavy energies, it does affect us, and especially you are so sensitive, and this really helps you to, and then you kind of, you can't focus on as much what you're being told, or if something important is going on in terms of conversation, you know what I mean? So it really helps you to tune into people and situations, and it helps you to elevate and understand everything so much better, so you can ultimately make the most out of it. Absolutely brilliant. This Herkimer diamond, my gorgeous Libra, comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. Just click on the name of this video. It's going to expand and you will see the link, or it's going to be pinned on top of the comments, or you just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin shop, and my page is going to come up that way as well. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to see what is going to happen with those of you in relationships. My goodness, with those of you in relationships, this is like so brilliant, because I want to say to you, it's to do with a problem which is going to come to an end. But this particular problem here is there was something that it has drained your energy, and there was something that drained your partner's energy. There was something that you were doing and working on, and almost like there was not enough results when it comes to all that, and you almost became like a two little robots, both of you. You became like two little robots, and that's not really good. That's not really good, because you know, when I say two little robots, you know, you're doing something, both of you are working towards somewhere, but almost as if you forgot about your own happiness. This drains so much of your energy away, because the problem is that it affected your balance, and something just hasn't been happening, that what you've been working towards. It's like this a lot is to do with a certain plan that maybe did not necessarily go wrong, but it was just so prolonged, and then it brought like all sorts of problems, and then you and your partner for example, just kind of got used to kind of plodding along, really. Do you know what I mean? But then, you know, every now and then the conversation would come up, and but then again, you just realize that there is nothing to do until, you know, until you see the proper results of all this, you know, that you've been working towards. So there is gonna be a really good news that you're both going to have, and this good news which you're both gonna have, all I can say to you, this is gonna be the beginning of a very, very meaningful experience in itself, because this particular good news is going to answer a massive question to both of you. When you become aware of this big good news, my gorgeous Libra, you and your partner, the reason why you're gonna feel so excited is because now you will know, now it's time to make this really important step, which is gonna put both of you so much closer towards your dream, towards your vision, and towards those things that you have been working for. You know, listen to me very carefully. By the end of May 2024, you and your partner are gonna be very, very happy. Not only all this is gonna bring you together, you will be making love all the time. No, I'm joking. Well, you may as well, but all this is gonna bring you closer together, seriously. All this is going to bring you closer together, my gorgeous Libra, and I can see two people finally enjoying their peace. It's bringing a beautiful harmony into your life, and I really like it. So I do think that there was a bit of like a tension, maybe a little bit of tension in between both of you, but only because you were frustrated, because certain things that you've been working towards haven't been happening, you know. So this is why, in terms of result, when it comes to the specific plan, you get me? So it's not only that you two are gonna get closer together, my gorgeous Libra, but at the same time you're also gonna realize by the end of May 2024, my God, you have so much to look forward to, because all I can say, both of you are gonna be like standing and thinking, oh my God, some kind of adventure, a new adventure. This adventure, it's about to begin. That's exactly what I see. I mean, come on, what a fantastic month for the couples this is going to be. And when it comes to those of you who are single and ready to mingle, like, oh my goodness. My gorgeous Libra, I think that there is going to be like some kind of a party, some kind of a gathering, some kind of social event, some kind of celebration. It's gonna be going on. Some kind of celebration, it's gonna be going on. And there is this person, oh my God, there is somebody very, very nice who you are actually going to meet when it comes to this celebration. I really like this person, and this person is gonna blow you away, my gorgeous Libra. All I can say, like, it's seriously, this is going to be entirely up to you, entirely down to you. You are gonna feel not only like this person is really like kind of good looking, but there is going to be like an instant connection in between you two. You're like, oh my God, you're just gonna look at that person and you're gonna like kind of be so mesmerized by this person, and the way this person is gonna talk. Once this person start talking to you, oh my God, you're gonna be gone, literally. No, not gone like bye, see you later, alligator. Then I mean like gone, like in your mind, like, oh my God, you honestly, there is somebody who you're gonna meet and you're not gonna be able to resist. I'm talking about somebody so gorgeous, so beautiful, so smart, so clever, but on top of all that, gorgeous and good looking, you know what I mean? But also like quite successful person, and very kind of stable person, very stable person, very kind of like, maybe even like serious looking person, but good looking person, you know, smart person, you know, like intelligent person. I think that, and the actual intelligence of this person is gonna like blow you away, seriously. So sorry. Not only you're gonna get on with this person like there is no tomorrow, my gorgeous Libra, but it's like there is going to be such a beautiful conversation you're going to have, and from one conversation you're going to go on to another conversation. You're not going to be able to stop talking to this person, and what you're going to love is the way this person is going to make you feel like nobody didn't make you feel in a very, very long time. You almost forgot, like, how good does that feel? Like when someone is looking at you like this, my gorgeous Libra, this is somebody really, really beautiful here. I really like this person. And what else you're going to realize, when you're going to completely explode when it comes to this person, is when you realize that you're sharing a passion for something really, really specific. Yeah, when you realize that you're sharing some kind of a passion for something really, really specific, this is going to be the moment when you're going to be completely, completely blown away. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. I love you. Bye.